What's up guys, Bestinwest here, and today I'm going to show you my Jungle Cup. Now this is one of the largest Jungle Cups one of the largest tournaments I've ever participated in outside of Chicago during GoFest. So this tournament was, I think, 37 people. I'll have to double check that number, but it went to 6 rounds and I didn't do terribly bad, but I also didn't do as well as I would have liked. But the competition was high. D-Master Lance was able to obtain Ace Trainer level after this tournament, so congratulations to him. Yeah, a lot of great trainers. Even the rivals that were participating were really good trainers. The level competition is just getting higher and higher every tournament, every month, and I think that's great for PvP. Sucks for my ranking, but at the same time, great for PvP. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Hey, what's up everyone? Bestinwest here, and today is my Jungle Cup video. I am actually headed to San Francisco right now, taking BART because traffic on a Saturday afternoon is a nightmare on the Bay Bridge. So we are currently heading onto BART, and this tournament, this Jungle Cup tournament, is 41 people interested. It's one of the largest tournaments, non-regionals that I've participated in, other than GoFest. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people, a lot of good competition. Really looking forward to it. But yeah, so we are here at the Shaking Man Gym, the site of my historic, I want to say, Tempest Cup win with 25 people. This tournament is much larger, much more competition in my opinion. Right now there's 41 people interested, and I think about 20 or so people are checked in. We're going to try to wait until we can hit the next level of rounds. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of good trainers. I'm excited to see what's up. Nervous, I guess you could say. Beautiful day though, so wish me luck. So I'm here with my friend B Team from Dublin. So you might have seen him in another video, but where he got matched up in the first round. I'm gonna see how it goes. Hopefully I beat him and he doesn't beat me. I hope that I dominate him, but we'll see how it goes. You never know, right? So let's see. Alright, so getting into this first battle against B Team, you can see we have very similar teams. We have 3 Pokemon that are different. I'm running a Lantern, he's running a Raichu. I'm running a Dustox and a Heracross. He's running a Vespiquen and a Fortress. So those are the differences. Now, I know my team is weak against flying type Pokemon, so I'm expecting, or I'm hoping, that he's going to bring in his Noctower first. So I lead off with Lantern and I bring in Vigoroth just for coverage. It's just so good as a switch in. And I also bring in my Noctowl because he has 3 Pokemon that's also weak or will lose to Noctowl. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Alright, so getting into this first battle against B Team in the first round, I lead off with Lantern, he leads off with Venusaur. Now this is a terrible matchup. I pretty much, Vine Whip doesn't do that much damage, so I go ahead and farm some energy and switch into Noctowl. He's going to switch into Raichu. Now this is a terrible matchup for me. I don't really have anything that can counter Raichu. He gets a Brick Break off and I block it. He baited me perfectly. I get a Psychic off. Now he does burn a shield. I'm trying to get to a Sky Attack, but he goes ahead and gets his charge move off first. His Wild Charge knocks out my Noctowl in one shot. And now I go ahead and bring out my Vigoroth to try and knock out his Raichu. I get Body Slam off. He's gonna go ahead and shield that. He's gonna get a charge move off right here. It could be a Wild Charge, knock me out. He gets a Brick Break off. I shield that. Gets another charge move off. Another Brick Break. Super effective damage. And I go ahead and switch into my Lantern last second. I have some energy. He has a Frenzy Plant charged up, ready to go. I have my Vigoroth. I try to get that bulldoze off and just couldn't do it. Gets a frenzy plant and beats me easily with one Pokemon in the back. At that moment, I thought he only had that one Pokemon, but yeah. Best me round 1. Yeah, we'll see how I make my adjustments, and hopefully I can come back. Alright, so for this second battle, I decided to run an unbalanced lineup just because I need to do something different. So I kind of take a risk and I go ahead and send out my Heracross. He has a Noctowl, a Vespiquen, and I think Fortress? No. Maybe Venusaur has an interesting matchup against Heracross, but I saw that Heracross will do well against most of his team, so I decided to bring out Heracross. I also send out Noctowl, and I believe it was my Vigoroth. So I have 2 counter users and my Noctowl. See how it goes. Getting right into the battle. I'm going to lead off with Heracross. He leads off with Raichu. Now this is a positive matchup for me, I believe, so I'm going to get a few counters off, and he's going to switch into his Vespiquen, and I go ahead and switch straight into my Noctowl, and this is a positive matchup for me. He's going to get a charge move off. I believe this is going to be Power Gem. I'm going to go ahead and farm a little bit energy, go ahead and get this Sky Attack off. He's not going to block it, and he sends out his Raichu. Right now I'm switch locked, I have nothing I can do. I decide to shield this, and he baited me again. Brick Break. I go ahead and use Sky Attack right here, even though I had Psychic. He blocks it, and he has a charge move right away. So Wild Charge knocks me out. Luckily, I was able to burn that one shield, and I think that made the difference here. I send out Vigoroth because he still has a shield. I want to be able to burn that one shield before I send out my Heracross, because that Heracross, he's going to do much better if he burns that with that Mega Horn, if it burns that shield, because Mega Horn does so much damage. So I burned that last shield with that Body Slam, send out my Heracross. Mega Horn does so much damage against Venusaur. Venusaur does have a charge move, and Heracross is so squishy. Not very effective damage, but you saw how much damage that did. GG. Alright, so I got round 2, came back. Yeah, it was still, my heart's still pounding, but yeah, on to the last round. Alright, so going into this last battle with B team, I decided to go with my initial lineup of Lantern, Noctowl, and Vigoroth, and that's just because that's the team that I've had like pretty good. It's a very balanced team, and my reasoning for leading Lantern still stands. So I'm hoping that he leads with either Vespiquen or Noctowl, just because it has, both of those have positive matchups against so many of my Pokemon. So with that being said, let's see how it goes. Getting into this last battle against B team. Alright, I lead off with Lantern, he leads off with Vespiquen. Perfect, great, excellent. I don't know any other adjective to use, but we're just gonna go back and forth. His Bug Bites against my Thunderbolt, my Water Gun. He goes ahead and sends an X-Scissor. I did not block that, so I go ahead and get this Thunderbolt off, and he decides not to shield it. I go ahead and hit that super effective damage and get that water guns down, those water guns down. He sends in Venusaur, and I send in Noctowl pretty much right away. I'm going to go ahead and use this Sky Attack on his Raichu because he switched it in. He had switch advantage at that point. Gets this Wild Charge off, and ouch, that hurt a lot. Now I send back my Lantern and get this Thunderbolt off. Either do a ton of damage or burn his last shield. He decides to keep that last shield. Burn that last shield and preserve his Raichu. Gets this Brick Break off, knocks out my Lantern. I'm going to go ahead and send out my Vigoroth. He's going to get a charge move off, Brick Break. At this point, I have a lot of shields. I only have one Pokemon left. Need to preserve that Vigoroth. Go ahead and burn another shield to preserve that Vigoroth. He sends out Venusaur. I go ahead and use Bulldoze. It was just instinct at that point, and he gets off a frenzy plant. I'm hoping so hard for it to survive. It does, and I get off this body slam. Oh my gosh.
Oh, good game.
Dude.
Oh.
Oh my god. Alright, so that was probably the closest it could have been.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it could have been any closer. GG, man. GG.
Yeah, good games.
Oh man. So on to the second round. Before we move on to the next round, I wanted to talk about this part right here. I chose to use Bulldoze instead of Venusaur. That was a mistake. I should have used Body Slam. Body Slam and Bulldoze neutral do about the same amount of damage, except Body Slam has much less energy cost. So that could cost me the battle, but luckily I was able to get to this Body Slam, but I won't be so lucky next time. Okay, so I'm here with Vince. We got matched up in round 2. Did you win your first battle?
I did.
Okay, so we're both 1-0, and yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Good luck, man.
Good luck.
Getting into the second round against Vince. Now, I do have to apologize. Something wrong happened with my screen capture, and I wasn't able to get the full second battle on video. So I'm just going to leave that whole second battle out. So just keep that in mind. I'll still tell you the results, but going into this first battle against Vince, I decided to go with Lantern, Noctowl, and Venusaur. Now the reason why I went Lantern first is because I'm hoping that the Pokemon that I picked will bait him into leading with Noctowl, because I have Heracross, I have Venusaur, I have Dustox, all weak to flying. So if I can bait him into getting that Noctowl, then I can go ahead and counter it with Lantern. So I'm trying to think one step ahead, but let's see how it goes. So Lantern, Noctowl, and Venusaur. Venusaur because it counters a good amount of his team as well. You got Vigoroth, you got a Lowland Graveler, and I think he has Lantern, so it will counter those 3 Pokemon. Alright, getting right into this first battle, I lead off with Lantern, he leads off with Noctowl. This is perfect, I couldn't have asked for anything better. So he's going to switch out instantly, Lantern. So I have a Venusaur, so I bring that in right away. He's going to get a charge move off, but it's going to be not very effective, so no need to block this. Thunderbolt. Okay, I'm going to charge up some more energy, but I don't want to charge up too much energy because I don't want to take another Thunderbolt. Go ahead and get that Frenzy Plant off and knock it out. He's going to bring in his Noctowl. I do have enough for a Sludge Bomb, so it's either going to do a good amount of damage or he's going to burn a shield. He decides to take it and knock out my Venusaur with fast attacks. So knowing that he's going to have charged up energy coming in, I bring out Lantern. He is switch locked though. No, he's not switch locked. I'm not sure. Anyways, he's going to get another Sky Attack off, and I'm just going to not block it because not very effective damage. I'm going to farm up a little bit of energy, but I have to let this Thunderbolt go because he has charged energy. I'm going to have to block this because I don't want him to have switch advantage. I do have some energy left over. He brings out Vigoroth. I get this Thunderbolt off. If he doesn't block this, he's going to do tons of damage, which he decides not to. I bring out Noctowl. And the reason why I switched is because I don't want him farming that Lantern for energy. So I go ahead and get this Sky Attack off. And he decides to shield that one. He's going to have one more Body Slam. And I decide not to block this because I feel like my Lantern can deal more neutral damage with water guns. And yep, that's what happens.
GG, man. Oh, sorry, my hands are okay.
Alright, so I was able to take round 1. It was really close though. He almost had me. If I didn't make one decision near the end, I think he would have gotten me.
You really think so? I don't think so. Alright.
I think so, but we'll see. Yeah, let's go on to the next round. Getting into the second battle, unfortunately, the video recording software that I was using went out because I ran out of space on my phone. But pretty much what happened was I led with the same Pokemon. I chose the same team because I won the first round. It's up to him to make the adjustments. So I actually had a negative matchup. He led off with Vigoroth, but I switched into Venusaur, and he either mistapped or he didn't bring in a counter to Venusaur, and he brought in Lantern. So I think that's more of a misclick, and what happened was, yeah, I just ended up beating his Lantern with my Venusaur, and that swung the tides of battle in that round, and I ended up winning that battle. So I won that round 2-0. Thank you, Vince. GG's, and yeah.
So that was the second round. I pulled it off. I think I got one really good league matchup, and then the second one was kind of just like, there was like some lag, but yeah, it's okay.
He outpicked me in the second round. So.
Okay, my team composition maybe.
Team comp.
Yeah, team comp.
Like I wanted to swap it something like I don't know what to swap it. I had to swap it a counter to myself. That was amazing.
But yeah, great games. Thank you for the matches, and good luck with the rest of the tournament. Okay, so I'm here with Ricky Jr. And we got matched up in the third round. We're actually ultra friends. We haven't gotten a chance to battle each other yet, though. But yeah, you're currently 2-0. Mm-hmm. We're both 2-0, so see how it goes. Good luck, man.
Alright, so getting into this battle against Ricky Jr., I see that he's running a double electric and a Venomoth. Now, I never really practiced against something like this, so I'm kind of not quite sure what to do. But I do see that he has 3 Pokemon that are going to not be very effective against Venusaur. So I go ahead and lead Venusaur, and I bring in Vigoroth and Noctowl. Noctowl will take care of the Venusaur, the Venomoth, and be neutral against the Noctowl. And Vigoroth is just going to be able to take out that Magneton, be able to take out Lantern, neutral to Vigoroth, and win the matchup against Noctowl if that comes to. Yeah, so that was my thinking behind picking my Pokemon. Let's see how it goes. Alright, getting right into this battle, I lead off with Venusaur. He leads off with Noctowl. This is my worst nightmare, so I get a couple of Vine Whips off and switch into Vigoroth. He's going to switch into Venomoth. Now, I do have some stored up energy, get this Body Slam off. He goes ahead and blocks it. I'm going to get another Body Slam off. Those confusions are hitting for so much damage. And he's going to get a charge move off. I'm going to not let it go. It's Poison Fang. I'm going to get one more Body Slam off. And I got lucky I got that Body Slam off. So was able to take out that Venomoth. He sends out his own Vigoroth. Now, not quite sure what I do. I send out Venusaur. He brings out his Noctowl. So his Noctowl versus my Noctowl, and it's a mirror match, and I blocked that first Sky Attack. We're just trying to play chicken at this point, and I go ahead and let it go first, get that Sky Attack. I get one extra hit, I think, and he gets a Sky Attack off. He gets a second Sky Attack off, and I get my Sky Attack off right after that. So now I believe I'm just trying to feint him, but he gets one more Sky Attack off, barely. I send out Venusaur. He switches into Vigoroth. I have a Frenzy Plant charged up, so this is going to do a good amount of damage. Just a little bit more. Nope, he gets a Body Slam off. Big neutral damage. I'm going to feint him with Vine Whips, and he's going to send out that Noctowl with very little HP, get that Frenzy Plant. GG.
Ooh, close one though. Try to get that Sky Attack on the Venusaur and didn't work. Yeah. GG.
Alright, so that was the first battle of round 3. It came down pretty close, but I was able to eke it out.
Barely. Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought I had a sky attack on the knockdown.
Yeah, if you had
One away.
Yeah. Alright, on to the next one.
Alright, so for this second battle, I decided to just go with the same lineup. I figured that, you know, it worked the first time, why wouldn't it work the second time? So leading off with Venusaur, bringing in Noctowl and Vigoroth. So yeah, you'll see what happens. Alright, going into this battle, like I said, I lead off with Venusaur, he leads off with Venusaur. So Venusaur mirror match. Now it's a matter of who can bait who with that Frenzy Plant or that Sludge Bomb. So I get extra Vine Whip. Now I go ahead and block it. He baited me with that Frenzy Plant. I'm going to go ahead and get this Sludge Bomb off, and he shields it. So he has the advantage at this point. He's going to get another charge move off right here. This time it's a Sludge Bomb. I correctly block it. I also get a Sludge Bomb off, but he is at a energy advantage right now. So I get this Sludge Bomb off, luckily, and deal massive damage, but he's gonna get a Sludge Bomb off as well. So now we'll see who knocks out who. I have charge move priority, I think. I get this Frenzy Plant off, knock out his Venusaur. So I'm gonna have switch advantage. So he sends out Vigoroth, and at this point I really don't know what to do. I have Noctowl and Vigoroth. I send out my own Vigoroth, and yeah, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Maybe I should have sent out my my own Noctowl. Unfortunately, he got 2 body slams off right there, and my Vigoroth died with tons of energy. At this point, I already knew that it was over. He's gonna have 1 Pokemon left in the back, and it's just going to pretty much own me, and it's Magneton. Those 2 body slams, those 2 stored up energy body slams really did it in for me. And yeah, this discharge is just gonna own me. GG.
Alright, second battle didn't come out my way. He had a couple, like, at least one really good play, and I wasted a lot of energy because of that, but GG, it happens. Yeah, we'll go on to the next battle. Last one. Good luck, man.
Alright, going into this last battle with Ricky Jr. in the 3rd round, I was trying to be sneaky and do something that I probably, or at least I don't think I usually do, which is go with the same lineup all 3 times. So this lineup, Venusaur, Noctowl, and Lantern. I decided to do it one more time. Yeah, you'll see exactly what happens. Alright, getting into this last battle with Ricky Jr., I lead off with Venusaur, and he leads off with Venomoth. I have to get out of there, otherwise it's just going to eat me alive. I go ahead and switch into my Noctowl, he switches into Magneton. This is a bad matchup. I don't know how else to say it. This is just an overall bad matchup. Even though Magneton is very squishy, it's still going to lose. Everything I do to it is going to be resisted. Now I decide to bring out my Vigoroth. He has a charge move ready and uses Magnet Bomb. I'm going to go ahead and counter down his Magneton. I have some energy. He sends out his own Vigoroth. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and use my Body Slam. He goes ahead and shields it. That's his first used shield. I get another Body Slam off. And he shields that. I switch into my Venusaur and I let this Body Slam go. He's going to switch back into his Venomoth, and like we already knew, this is not a good situation. Poison Fang knocks out my Venusaur. I send out my Vigoroth. And I go ahead and use Body Slam, but I already know this is GG. Well played, so I just let it go.
Man, He got me. I got outpicked. Although I probably shouldn't have run the same line.
Or all three.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, there's a couple of things I could have done differently. I just felt like that was the best thing I could have run against your team. But looking back at it, I probably could have switched the order and done better. But anyways, whatever. He outplayed me, he outpicked me. GG's. 2-1. Let's see how it goes in these next rounds. Good luck, man.
You too.
All right, guys, that's it for this video. Part 2 will be coming out sometime later this week. These videos do take a bit of time for me to edit, so thank you for being patient. If you like this video, make sure you drop a like, and if you want to stay up to date with any uploads that I do upload, please make sure you subscribe. It would help me out a lot. But that's pretty much it. Till next time, guys, this is Bestinwest. I'll catch you guys later.